Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents? It's Richard Kuo. This is how do you get unstuck? How do you find that motivation? How do you stop procrastinating right now? So this is part two, and the reason why I'm making it part two is because part one, which you can click right here to review, part one, I thought I did a pretty good job. I made this about a year ago, and this is kind of at a high point of my life, or a high when I was feeling really positive and very organized, and I had all of my thoughts together. This part two is going to be a different perspective. This is going to be kind of at a low, at a relapse. Like you're doing really good, and then you relapse. You go back down. So in this part two, I'm going to share with you my personal story, and I'm going to share with you maybe one or two tips on how you could stop procrastinating if you're kind of in that space right now. And I want to share with you my story so you can relate and understand that I'm not a perfect human being too. With that being said, please, I just invite you to keep an open mind about what I'm going to share with you because, again, I'm not a perfect human being. And I make mistakes too. And again, this is kind of a low point. This is a relapse for me. And I'm sharing this with you um, so you know that I'm human too. And I'm always working on improving myself. So this morning I woke up at 6:50 a.m. My alarm went off, and for the first time I was like, you know what, Richard, don't hit the snooze button. Just wake up. Just get out of bed, push yourself, do it. And I got out of bed and I thought to myself, oh man, dude, that was kind of cool that you did that, man. You haven't done it in a while. You used to do that all the time when you did your miracle morning, which I haven't been doing for a while. And um, next thing I do is I wake up and I think, okay, what do I have to do today? 10 a.m. I gotta shoot my YouTube video. 4 p.m. I have a friend's event that I promised I would attend. Uh, it's 7:30 right now, and I'm thinking, all right, I got a lot of time. What do I do? You know what? I'm just gonna go play some video games. Go on League of Legends, start playing a few games. Lose the first one, I'm like, oh, come on, Richard, you gotta win at least one. Second one, I lose it again. I'm like, all right, you know what? It's not 10 o'clock yet. Let's play the third one. Third one, I win it, and then I'm like, okay, now 10 o'clock yet, and then I play again. I play again, and finally 10 o'clock hits, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't, you know what? I don't really know what I'm going to talk about this week, but I'll figure it out later. So I push that off and I keep playing video games. I keep playing. And in my mind, my brain was kind of on autopilot at this point, and I kept playing games. I kept playing games, and then eventually it was 4 p.m. when I was supposed to leave, and my mind was just like, you know what? I honestly don't feel it. I don't feel in the right mindset to go to this event that I promised my friend I would go to. And I text him like, hey, I'm not in the right mindset, and hey, you guys have fun. Sorry, can't make it. And I keep playing, keep playing, and next thing I know, at 7 p.m., my sister just randomly calls me out of nowhere, and she's like, hey, how's it going? And I knew in this moment that I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop playing games because I'd rather talk to my sister and focus on my life. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I want you to know again, I'm not perfect. Also, I want to share with you the mindset, what was going on through my mind this whole time. This whole time I was playing games all day for 11 hours, if not more. Um, the whole time in my mind, I was just thinking, oh man, dude, I don't want to deal with the other stuff right now. I don't care about making a YouTube video, about going to this event that was important to me the day before. I don't really care about anything going on right now. And I think that's kind of the mentality we have when we don't feel motivated, when we procrastinate. So in this moment, I was fortunate to have my sister call me to give me the opportunity to talk to her and just think out loud to someone else. And what I found out from this one moment, that first of all, we don't get the opportunity for people to call us at the right opportune times all the time. So what I found out for myself is I got to discipline myself to create this for myself, to discipline, to push myself to be like, hey, okay, Richard, you know what? Just stop right now, stop playing games, and focus on really answering the questions. What's important to you? Another thing I want to mention is I go through this so many times, and more often than not, usually I push myself in the right direction, and I do the thing I'm supposed to do, the right thing to do, as opposed to the easy thing to do. Um, Second thing is I realized when I talked to my sister in this moment that I had a choice. And when I say in this moment, I mean like right now. And at any given moment, in this moment right now, as you're watching this video, I'm pausing intentionally because I want you to know that we have an opportunity to choose right now in this moment. That we have a choice. We could keep procrastinating. We can keep doing things that our old self would do, or we could look at who do we want to be? What's that new person? What's that new you? Who do you want to look like? How do you want to be successful? Do you want to be rich? Do you want to be happy? What is it that you want? Um, and I think a lot of times it's hard for us to visualize what we think we should look like in the future and then bring that into the present. So another way to look at it might be, who do you not want to be? And chances are, if you're procrastinating and you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you don't want to be your old self. You want to be your new self, whatever that might look like. So for me, what I've learned today in this process is that I get to start taking actions that are going to bring me to my new self. And quite frankly, I'm still on the same path as many of you. I'm still discovering these things, and things are always changing. I used to have a vision. I used to want to be a millionaire. I used to want to have a beachfront house. I used to want to speak in front of 50,000 people. And I think part of that is still true, but I'm constantly changing and reshaping my vision, what I really want to do with my life. But I know, despite all the highs and lows, the relapses that I have, the one thing I know that I want to keep doing is I want to keep serving. And I'll tell you straight up, earlier today when I was playing video games, I didn't even feel it. I completely forgot about it. I looked at my subscribers. I'm like, oh great, 1,100 subscribers. Quite frankly, I don't feel like I care right now, and it's like so sad to hear, because I know that's not true, because a lot of you out there that I talk to frequently, Omar, Murcha, Swissy Trigger, so many of you. Sorry, I know there's a lot of you that I'm not mentioning, but a lot of you, the subscribers that I actually have personal relationships with, Costa, like I care about all of you. You know, it's not like I don't. It's just whenever we get into these funks, we just stay there. And what do we do there? So I guess I want to share with you kind of my journey, and hopefully this was helpful to you. And I think the one thing, again, I want to leave you with, or the two things, is one, again, we have the opportunity to make a difference right now. Choose instead of being our old self, let's focus on how do we become our new self. What are the actions that we need to take right now? And maybe you don't make a decision right now in this moment. Maybe you make a decision in a day, a week, or a month. But whenever you choose to make it, I think that's when you'll finally realize that, hey, this is how you do it. You just gotta make a decision, and hopefully sooner than later. All right. Last thing I want to say is I'd like to hear your comments. Again, this is a very candid video, very straightforward, unscripted. So I want to hear your thoughts about anything about this video. Thank you so much for watching, and again, be sure to check out. I'm sure I'll have my credit thing, so be sure to check out my video wherever it is of the first version, part 1, and subscribe to my channel if you like. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me this week. Looking forward to more amazing video content for you. And yeah, let's grow together. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Peace.